What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EWE Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about Knights of the Zodiac. Before we get into that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you guys want me to review next, but oh boy, let's talk about this movie. Let's get some of the normal information out. So, this is a spoiler-free review. Again, the title of the film is Knights of the Zodiac. This is based off an old anime of same name, Knights of the Zodiac. I think it was also called Saint Seiya. The genre of this film is fantasy action. It was released on May 12, 2023. The director is Tomek Baginski. The cast includes Makenyu, Famke Janssen, Madison Iceman, Diego Tinoku, Mark Dacascos, Nick Stahl, and Sean Bean. And the runtime of this movie is 112 minutes, so it's pretty long. I watched this in standard format, which should have been a big hint about what I was about to expect. And I'll talk about more of that later. Actually, no, I'll talk about that right now. So one quick thing for anyone who, if you're trying to guess how a movie is going to do on the box office, check on which format it's coming out. So if it's only coming out in standard, it could be a good movie, but it's not something that they expect to be a blockbuster movie. So like this week, it's the second week of Guardians, it's still in Dolby. When Mario was in its second week, it was still in Dolby. And IMAX as well. So you can kind of tell, okay, well, depending on if you get a movie in Dolby, that means they expect it to be a success. Same for IMAX. If it's only standard, it's like you don't know. And depending on how many showings it has, like this movie only has 4 showings a day, I want to say. That's never a good sign. That means they're only using one screen for it. Alright, does this have a post-credit scene? No. I was very surprised about that, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. So let's talk about the plot for a second. So when the goddess Athena is reincarnated, a boy named Seiya is recruited to come be her protector in order to help save the world. But he has to deal with his past as well during this movie, dealing with what happened to him as a child and having to overcome that in order to become the Pegasus Knight. And that's the basic plot of the movie. You don't really get much from the trailer. At least I didn't from the trailer I saw. So yeah, that's the basic idea. Let's actually move now to my thoughts on the movie. So first we'll start off with the good. It's better than Dragon Ball Evolution. Someone told me that's not really a compliment. I'll take it as a compliment. It's better than one of the worst adaptations of all time. But again, that's not really saying much. You can tell it they tried in this movie, so it's that thing of like, do I give it a check minus? It's like, you did the work. This wasn't all that great. The start of the movie, and a friend of mine told me this, the start of the movie got his hopes up because it kind of seemed like, oh, are they about to do something really cool? And they didn't really, like, I would say the start of the movie is really cool, and then you get this cool fight later on. But I would say it's mid most of the movie. Like, the CGI is just so bad that a lot of times it takes you out of things. And that actually, one other good thing, I didn't fall asleep. I thought I was gonna fall asleep. I didn't, so cool. All right, let's move on now to the bad. The story is a mess. From start to finish, it is a mess. The CGI is so bad that at times you're like, you guys should have focused more on like talking and doing stuff like that rather than doing so much CGI when it does not look that good. This is a movie that tried to do too much. so it's trying to set up a sequel. It's trying to set up a franchise. But it's so concerned on the franchise part of it that it doesn't really think about the fact you need this movie itself to be good. It's like you can't put out a turd. If you put out a turd and you're trying to like focus, if you guys remember the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise that they tried to redo, that movie was more concerned about making a franchise than making a good movie. That's the same problem here. It's very much concerned about, oh, we got to make sure that the franchise gets built. But it's like, but it doesn't matter if this movie doesn't have payoffs. It's doing all this weird stuff where they're just setting things up for a bunch of other movies. That's how I really felt about this. They do have a moment, like this movie is whitewashed, obviously, if you saw the casting. But it has one moment where even I was just like, you might have gone a bit too far, where like one character, like kind of making it, it's not meant to be like a race thing, but the way it comes off is just like, ooh, that did not, like, this movie needs to get approved by so many people. I feel like someone should have been right there like, that didn't work. take it out. But they left it in there, so it was like, okay. And another thing is, like, again, this is a movie based off a Japanese anime. Why are there not more Asian characters in this movie? I was just like I get it, Hollywood likes to whitewash things. However, you got to realize that the people that really are going to go in and watch this are the hardcore people that love the source material. If you're already showing them that you're not caring about the source material enough, they're not going to come watch. And if they're not going to come watch, they're the ones that are going to give word of mouth to other people to go watch it. If you're not doing that, it's like, you're never going to make a franchise if you do that. Like, even having Sean Bean in the movie, I was just like, that did nothing for me. Alright, so moving on. There was one other thing that really pissed me off. So, there's a character that's mentioned a lot, and they talk about this character a lot in this movie. And I'm thinking, oh, are we going to see this character by the end of the movie? Nope, they just set up the character to be in the sequel. And that really pissed me off, because they talk about this character, I want to say, a good 15% of the movie. Like, this character is talked about so much that the fact that the character, you never get that payoff of seeing the character, really pissed me off. Because I was just like, you shouldn't have done it this way. Other than that, let me think if there's anything else that I didn't like with this movie, or did like. No, the CGI. There was some cool fight scenes, I'm not going to deny that. But for 2023 movies, and especially since we got Guardians of the Galaxy last week, it's like, it was nothing special. And that's probably something that's going to hurt it, is that we literally just got a superhero movie last week. And I know this isn't technically a superhero movie, but it's basically like adjacent to it. And it didn't work for me. It was just like, oh, you guys could have done this so much better, but you didn't distinguish yourself. So let's actually move on to my score, guys. When I got out of the theater, I think I was a little bit high on this movie, and I would have said it's mediocre. I wouldn't even say it's okay, because it wasn't okay. When the movie ended, two guys were walking out from my showing, and they were both just saying, that's a bad movie. And the more I thought about it, I was thinking mediocre, but the more I think about it, no, it's just bad. It's a 4 out of 10. I don't recommend you guys go watch this, especially since it's basically 2 hours long. It's like, you're kind of better off just not going to watch it. So there's so many other good things to watch. You're better off, honestly, go get like Crunchyroll or something and go watch the original anime. You'd probably enjoy that way more than watching this. But yeah, guys, I don't recommend you go watch this. Those are my thoughts on this movie. The next review is going to be Fast. The next review that I have planned is Fast X. I might try and go watch another movie this weekend. I kind of want to see that new Blackberry film. I don't know if it's going to do well. It probably won't, but I want to go check it out. But yeah, right now, for sure, I'm doing Fast X next week. That should be out next Friday, and we'll see if I get another review here and there in the next coming week. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please like the video, comment down below what you thought. If you watch this movie, please comment down below on what you thought about the movie, because I'm really curious who actually went to go watch this and what they thought, because I don't think this was good. Alright, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.